Hello and welcome to this edition of Property Focus. Always glad for you to join us. Excited for today's talk. In case you're new to this channel, I am a Zambian-based property broker who's been in the industry for the better part of 4 years now. Put this channel together to discuss my experiences in the property business and share a little insight from what I have learned. Okay, today's subject is around property development, particularly housing in sub-Saharan Africa, located in the Zambian context. Okay, so I want to talk today about public housing and just share a little bit of insights from my experiences in the business, what I've picked up around housing, and also maybe try and make a call to would-be private property developers to step up and solve for this challenge. Okay, now, as many of us may be well aware, sub-Saharan Africa, Zambia itself, has a huge housing deficit. We are millions of housing units in deficit. Okay, what this means is the little housing that we have available is either out of reach in financial terms for the average household, or simply unavailable, which is why we have the townships that we have sprouting around our cities, further compounding the problem of rural-urban migration. Okay, now what that presents is a challenge as well as an opportunity. Post-independence, public housing in particular, was predominantly seen as a government job. It was left to governments to solve for, but that isn't quite what has obtained. In fact, what has happened is that governments have not quite moved at the pace they should have to provide decent, affordable public housing. Okay, we have seen more increasingly, lately, the stepping up of private developers, trying to solve for that. But even those haven't, nearly been able to develop at the scale required or even the speed, And so, what that means is we're still left with this huge housing problem. Okay, so this talk, in short, is me making a clarion call to would-be, property developers or aspiring property developers to seriously look at the housing challenge and see if they can do something to contribute to solving the problem. Okay, now, building on that, the other thing I have picked up on is that the few developers in the market sometimes don't quite serve the mass market. Okay, and I say that with due respect. What you tend to observe in the industry is that much of what is being developed or built, and I'm talking strictly on the residential end here. I'm not discussing commercial or industrial real estate, just residential real estate. What is being developed is for the higher income bracket, okay, or the higher income demographic of our society. You don't quite have as much focus on the middle to lower income segment of the population. Okay, now that also may be a factor of many things, which perhaps are too expansive to fully exhaust in this video, but that, in my observation, has been the case. And so what you have here is a largely underserved market in the middle to lower income bracket. Okay, so the housing on the market does not correspond to the income of the majority of the population, leaving them majorly underserved. Okay, now, if you are a property developer looking to make an impact and to solve for that problem, that is some of where you want to look. how do you develop at scale affordable housing, serving this market, also at the same time, making financial sense or having it a financially viable model. Okay, it's something worth thinking about. What do you do? How do you work around this problem to solve for it, as well as of course, keep an eye on the financial sense of the project. Okay, part of how you do that, for example, is to develop cost-effective housing. Okay, cost-effective housing. There are solutions, creative solutions for housing that don't necessarily have to break the bank, that will reduce on your capex, but also solve for affordability. And how you work around that is something worth thinking about, or something worth pondering for would-be developers. The opportunity is huge. The market is readily available, but we don't have as much participation in those markets on the development end. And so that is why I thought I should today just briefly touch on this subject and see if we can have a conversation around it. I'm keen on hearing your thoughts. If you have ideas, feedback, questions, hit me up in the comments below and we can have the conversation going. Okay, thank you once again for popping in. Always happy for you to join. Remember to subscribe and spread the word so we can keep bringing you more of this content. All right, enjoy your day, everybody. Until the next episode.